Hi friends, it's Michelle Maddox of Sedona Meditation Experiences with this week's episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. It's my weekly show where I explore the outer terrain of fabulous Sedona, Arizona, while exploring the inner terrain of yourself and talking about meditation and guiding you through a meditation experience. So if you need to get your meditation time in this week, this is a great way to do it. So thank you for joining me. This week I am coming to you from Carroll Canyon. It's one of the hiking trails that is in West Sedona, and I've hiked back here to a somewhat nice view of Carroll Canyon. It is a busy weekend here, so for sure we're going to hear airplanes flying overhead. But such is our world. We have to share it with people who maybe want to use it in different ways as we do. So, welcome. This week I want to share with you my story about how I got into meditation. People ask me this a lot. And then I'll share with you the technique that I first learned, and I'll guide you through a creative visualization meditation. So my interest in meditation started when John Lennon was shot. That happened in 1980, and I was about 12 years old. Just a kid, and it was in the news, on TV, everyone was talking about it, and it sparked in my mind an interest in the Beatles. I challenged myself at the time. I was like, do I even know who the four Beatles are? And I thought I did. And from there, it just turned into this interest. I was a little Beatles nerd. I read all the Beatles books that I could get my hands on, bought all the albums, memorized all the lyrics, and just really was a big Beatles fan. And for those of you that are familiar with the Beatles story, you know that part of their story was going to India and learning to meditate. So the Beatles did that in the late 60s, and it was written about in the books I'd read, and of course it's in their music, it's in the artwork of the period, and it just sparked in me creative wonderings. You know, what's this thing, meditation? What's all this fanciful artwork? What's going on there? And the miracle in my life, one of the miracles in my life, was about a year later, probably about a year later, if even that much, at my high school, so it must have been more than a year later, I was in high school, as a freshman in high school, there was an opportunity for me to learn meditation. And I say that that's a miracle because I grew up in Indiana, very conservative Indiana, where it still raises a few eyebrows when you talk about meditation. Back then, in the 80s, it was pretty unheard of. Also, I grew up Catholic, so I was going to a Catholic high school. And third, it was the 80s, so meditation was not as mainstream as it is now. But what happened was my high school, every year, had something like Club Day or some special day like that. I was a freshman. I didn't know anything about this, but the rule or the deal was they put these sign-up sheets on the walls around this one classroom, and you had to go sign up ahead of time for the activity that you wanted to participate in. And some of the activities were really exciting, like skydiving, exciting stuff like that. And of course, by the time I realized that I had to go sign up for something, they were all filled up. What was left were the things that nobody wanted. And one of them was a meditation workshop. And I just felt like I scored. I was like, I want to be like the Beatles. I'm going to sign up for this meditation workshop. And I did. And when I showed up, I think might have been, I don't know if it was a school day or a weekend, but it lasted all morning. It was me and two other students. It was not the most popular of activities. And it was being offered by an Indian gentleman who lived in the community, and he just wanted to give back. He wanted to teach the kids what he knew about meditation. And I loved it. I don't even remember everything that we talked about, but I do remember the meditation technique that he taught, and I remember getting a lot of mileage out of it. I use that technique a lot, and actually sometimes I still do. So the technique that he taught me was creative visualization. And creative visualization is where you use your ability to creatively imagine or visualize something in your mind. So in the case of my experience, it was to imagine a peaceful place. So, whatever that is for you, some beautiful place in nature, just let that image come to you and really get a sense of it. And what happens is you creatively visualize this in your mind, and you can kind of go to that place in your mind. And as you go there, you tune in to the peace and the serenity that's in this place that you've created in your mind. And it's pretty easy, it's not a formal sit-down meditation, but it's a very easy way to sort of train your consciousness to go to some other place in your awareness and to really get absorbed by the sensations of being in that place, and let yourself kind of disconnect from a stressful environment or the world around you. So I used that technique a lot getting through high school and in college. Of course, when I went to university, I was exposed to a lot more meditation techniques, so I developed my training further. But that creative visualization was the very first thing that I learned. So I'd like to share that with you today. And if you'd like to get yourself comfortable, maybe you're outdoors like I am, or you're inside, you can pause this recording while you get yourself situated. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and close your eyes and just take a few long, slow, deep breaths. Fill up your belly and then fully exhale. Take a breath or two like that. And just feel your body relaxing. Feel your mind letting go of all the static. And allow your breathing to become natural. In this process of creative visualization, I'll have you visualize a place. So imagine a place that is very peaceful and calming for you. It could be someplace you've been, it could be a picture you've seen, or it could be complete fabrication in your imagination. But just let the images come. Where do you see yourself? Are you by water? Are you on a mountaintop? Are you in the desert? Are you in a forest? Just let the scenery come to you, piece by piece. And just imagine, are there any plants or trees around? What's the soil like? Is it rocky, sandy, soily? And if you were to imagine, what time of day or night is it in this creative visualization, what would you say? We'll take a few breaths and just continue to let the specifics of your peaceful, safe place begin to reveal themselves in your mind. Maybe you notice the way it feels. Is it moist or dry? Is it sunny or shady? And now notice how you feel being in this place. Just let the place speak to you. And notice yourself calming, because this is a calm, safe place that you're imagining. So let the place soothe your nervous system. Let it relax your weary mind. And immerse yourself in the sensations of this special place. Maybe you notice sounds in your place. Maybe there's the sound of water, or the wind, or birds. Or maybe there's some music in the background. But just let yourself be really charmed by this visualization. And this is your place to relax, so it's okay to let go of whatever stories are in your head, whatever struggles you're confronting. Just let them all go for now and enjoy this safe place. And we'll breathe here for a few moments as you soak up the good vibes of your safe place. So you can keep the feeling of your safe place alive in your heart, in your emotions. And just know that that place is there for you always to go to. Anytime you're confronting stress or you just need a little reminder, you can visit your safe place, your creative visualization place. So that's how creative visualization works. And I just want to say that it's not escapist. You know, some people have said that's just escaping the reality, and, you know, being mindful is a better way to do that. And if you believe that, that's fine. But, you know, we have these amazing tools. We have these brains that are able to visualize and imagine. And it's okay to do that, you know, especially when it helps you to calm down. You can use your own brain to visualize yourself calming down. So this is a nice practice that you can do anytime. You can kind of sneak off and think of your safe place. Maybe when you're alone, you know, before you go to bed or soaking in the bathtub, you can think of your safe place. Did you already have a visualization space? Have you done this before? I'd love to hear about it if you want to share it with me. And I invite you, as always, to look me up when you come to Sedona. I'd love to take you out to beautiful Sedona, places like this where we can sit, talk about meditation, and I'll guide you through your very own meditation experience. So thank you for joining me this week. I'll see you next week on Tuesday. Until then, I hope you have a peaceful and beautiful week. Thank you for visiting, and I'll talk to you again soon.